Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a book review, which is really exciting. So it's the first one I've actually, let's just balance the tripod for the stay, thank you. So yeah, today I'm going to be doing a book review. So I'm going to be doing a book review on It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Nearly forgotten her name then, but honestly, before I even start, she is an amazing author. Like, this book is just the only book, I'm not gonna lie and say I've always been a massive book reader, because I haven't. Like, until I read this book, this is the only book that has ever like properly grabbed my attention. So the only reason I actually bought it is because it went TikTok viral, and I know a lot of things go TikTok viral and some are like and some like amazing things. So I thought, do you know what, just give it a try, because I thought it might be my kind of thing, it might not. But to be honest, I'm so glad I bought it. So firstly, I'm going to explain like more about the book, kind of going to maybe add spoilers in. So I'm just going to recommend, if you haven't read it, I'd read it and then watch the review, I guess. So basically, don't watch any more of this video if you don't want it ruined and you're going to buy it, because most of what I'm going to say is probably going to be most of the book, because yeah, why not, it's a book review. So the first thing I'm going to come on to is the main, I guess, description of the story. So the girl is named Lily, and then the main boy in it is called Ryle. I'm guessing you'd say he's the main boy. I mean, there's two boys in the book. So there's Atlas and there's Ryle, two very different people. So we don't stan Ryle, just before I even start. We just don't stan him for a start. So basically, obviously, Lily moves to Boston after college. So that's the very main bit of it, that she's moved to Boston. And she already, obviously, when you get more into the book, it explains more about Atlas and that kind of being the first person she was with, person she was with. So yeah, that's mainly the first kind of gist you get of the story. It's not slow, but if you want more of a quick read, I don't exactly recommend this as that, because I don't want to lie, it's an amazing book, but if you don't like a slow story, then you definitely won't like this. So I just wanted an honest opinion on that, because obviously people watch these book reviews to be like, will I like this or not? Like, I've seen it viral, so a lot of people, I assume, will go onto YouTube to check, will I like this sort of thing? So hopefully this will help you guys out more of if you'd actually like this read. So she obviously moves to Boston and then meets Ryle, which is the main guy in it, and he is I can't even say the name of it, but he's a doctor basically. And it all seems like all sweet and, you know, loving and everything, and then obviously the big plot of it is pretty, what's the word for it, unexpected, because she kind of leads it on that Ryle is going to be the good guy, and then you get like an expectation of no, because personally at first I thought it was going to be Atlas that was the bad guy. Like, the only thing that made me think that is the way it was interpreted at the start. I was like, shock, definitely, because basically, obviously, when you start reading something, I prefer like to get a shock of a plot twist, because I think it's pretty boring if you start reading a book and then straight away you're like, oh, he's this character for the rest of the story and he's this character for the rest of the story. But it honestly didn't come across that way at all. Like, it was such a good storyline, so I'm really pleased with that for a start. And then obviously when it gets more into the book, another thing I loved about it, like, I obviously don't love the topic, I'm not saying that at all, that would just be wrong, but I love the way she what's the word for it? I love the way she brought up the topic to make awareness, that's the word I'm looking for, to make awareness of the book. Like, the awareness that is in this of the topic of obviously violence is very, very good, because it isn't spoken up about enough for a start, and then for it to be in a book and for it to come across in a story of like she didn't know what to do. I think it's really good advice on what you should do. Like, when you get to the end of the story, she obviously, spoiler ahead if you're still watching this and maybe missed me saying about, if you've not read the book yet, then I'm going to give spoilers, so this is a massive spoiler. But basically she becomes pregnant with Ryle's child, and she decides it's best for the child if she leaves him, so he ends up seeing the child separately, which I think is amazing that she made that decision, because obviously you have to be strong enough to make a decision like that. And I think it comes across the way that not people aren't strong enough to do it, but it's more of a life advice that it's something you should definitely do, like just to walk away from the whole situation and don't stay. Never ever, even without a child, don't stay in a situation like that. Like, it's beyond the word awful. Like, just do not take it ever in a relationship. Don't take it ever, even not in a relationship. Like, just don't take it, that's all. Like, the book stresses it so much, and as I was reading it, like, you're kind of like, oh, if I was in that situation, like, what would I do? But then you realise towards the end of the story, well, that was the right thing to do. So like, you grow to put yourself in that situation of the character, because when I'm reading, most of the time I feel like I'm actually in the book, like literally living in that situation, because you feel like, how do you say it? So when obviously you're growing more to love the character in the start, which honestly in the start I was like, Ryle's so cute, and then I was like, people imagine themselves to be the girl, if it's the girl reading it or the boy reading it, vice versa. Like, you put yourself in the book situation and just imagine yourself in that situation. So that's definitely a good thing to have made awareness of. I know I've said that so many times, but it's so important. What is going on with my hair? There we go. By the way guys, just, this is nothing to do with it, but I did try and curl this side of my hair so it didn't look as odd, because this side hasn't stayed as curled as the other side, so apologies for that. But I did try and sort that, but it didn't happen. So anyway, back to the book review. So yeah, she basically ends up pregnant, and then she does as I just explained. And in the book there's so many different turns that you don't expect. Like, some of the quotes in that book literally nearly had me in tears. Like, towards the end of that book reading it, I was literally, no exaggeration, I did cry. Like, when you've been reading it for like 4 days and then you get to the end of it, like, I have never ever finished a book that quickly. Like, I couldn't put it down. Like, if I would have had the time in the day to have sat and read it all day, but I haven't even got the patience to sit and read all day. But that one was one I definitely would have if obviously it didn't have other things to do. But yeah, so this book, honestly, just definitely go get it, because honestly, off reading the blurb of it, I honestly thought it wouldn't be anything like it. And another thing that I noticed was I was so confused to the front, what was on the front, and you realise once you've read the book, you totally realise the front. I'm not going to give that away because that was definitely a big part of the story, but obviously we much prefer Atlas's character, much prefer. Like, Ryle in the start was like, ah, and then like I was like, no, do not ah. Like, no way. And honestly, like, I come so addicted to this book afterwards. Like, I was watching TikTok videos like relating to this and everything. Like, it's one of those books, like, I properly connected with it, and I connected with it that much that I have now got 5 other books of hers. I bought the full collection, which was really exciting. Well, I didn't buy it, my mum bought me the other collection. This isn't a part of the collection, before I confuse it. I just mean like a full collection. So that is really, I'm so excited to read that, because honestly they're selling out in places. Like, I went somewhere and every single one of the books, there was none on the shelf. Like, the best place, I can advise you guys, if you want to go and get it, the best place, you better look in somewhere like the Works, because honestly, like, where was it? I didn't find it. It was definitely a supermarket. I don't think they're the best place to look, because you don't have a wide collection to choose from either. And honestly, it was even so difficult for me to choose when I had the selection of different books. I was like, I'm still so sad. After I finished this book, I was literally like, I'm so sad now, like I have to go and get another one, and I want to feel a connection with one of the other books, but I'm kind of doubtful of that because of how much that book impressed me. Like, honestly, I have no words for it. Like, it's just such a good read. And honestly, I've never done any book review because, as I said, I've never been into books. And even before this book, I bought another book and I didn't finish it. I read like 50 pages, if that, and I put it down. And you just know when you're not connecting with a book, and then you don't want to carry on reading it. But when I saw this one, and honestly, it's just one of those books where you can't pull yourself apart from it. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on much longer, but I still want to talk a tiny bit more about the story itself for people, because I feel like I've not said enough. I've just said like about the awareness in the book. So I've already said that she moves to Boston for college, and then obviously meets Ryle and blah de blah, and then obviously I didn't mention this, but Atlas does come along, and that kind of puts her in a situation of like, now which, because this was before like the abuse started with Ryle, so she was kind of like, and then Atlas does actually help her, which is honestly the sweetest thing. And he did actually tell a lie that he had a girlfriend, which honestly I was like, do you know when you kind of get the hint of like, has he got a girlfriend though? Because he promised he would come back for her once he went and worked, because he had to go and work away. So once that happened, she was like, he didn't come back for me and everything, but he literally waited like, it was either 8 or 9 years, but I think that's honestly the sweetest thing, that he still come to Boston like they both promised. And I don't know, I guess it was like fate, but that was honestly, I think that was my favourite part of the book, to be honest. But when you get to the very last page of this book, definitely read, what's it called, the epilogue. Definitely, some people, I don't understand why, but some people don't read the epilogue, but honestly, please do. And definitely also read the note from the author, because it's so important. And there's also resources. There's a resources page which is like a help link, so if anyone even by any chance is watching this that has awfully experienced that, then please like follow that link, because you never know, someone might be reading that book and need that. So that's definitely a good thing for her to have put in that book, which some people, a lot of authors that I've recognised that them kind of subjects are in the books of, because the last one I read there was that subject and there wasn't any like resources page for help. So definitely check that if anyone needs to. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no one does need to. Also, my nail has actually, I'm so annoyed by it. Basically, my false nail has come off. Most annoying thing. But yeah, before I ramble on too much, I hope you guys liked this video. If you want me to read any specific books and give a review on it, definitely comment that below. And if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any more like this. And if you also have any friends that love book reviews, definitely make sure to share this, because I'm going to be doing so many more reviews, not just of her books, but just any books in general that I may get, because I am actually going to the works tomorrow to get some books. So yeah, I will let you guys know and do a little haul of any I pick up. And also, before I end this video, I just want to show you guys I actually have a bookshelf. So I will just show you guys that before I end the video. 1 second. So this is my bookshelf. So these are the other books I picked up, other than It Ends With Us, because obviously, as you can tell, I've got a little obsession from that. And also this is another collection, but I need one more book for this collection. I haven't actually heard of this, so definitely excited to give that a read. And obviously over there I have my little pink bag, which I'm low-key obsessed with, and then a little candle here, which is so cute, and then a little cactus plant thing. I don't know, is it cactus? I have no idea. Right, never mind. Besides the point. Yes, these are the books I have so far, and then obviously if I pick up any tomorrow in the works, then I'll obviously let you guys know. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So